Man, shout out to the worldflute.org, man. They got a lot of great free music downloads, man. We use this a lot to build our flute category. You know, we get a little fluty sometimes. Hey, fall back, man. We just been digging on this flat drop. We just been digging on some flat drop. Yeah, go check this out though, man. They got a lot of good flute music, man, and dig on some flute events. Go crazy with the flutes. Get real fluty at worldflute.org. Let's go, man. Remember where you were, man. Remember where you were. Remember where you were when you first saw this. Love to Ahchwa Sonia. I call her the anonymous Ahchwa Sonia. She got nothing but, dropping for real, for real. What is this thing, man? Some people say it's another world back there. Some people say another sun. We know something's reflecting, right? I love to Sibs on Insta for the great work with the filters again. Hit me up if you want this drop, man. All right, hit me up. Music at 432thedrop.com. And I think I got back to everybody that wanted it. And really hit me up at music at 432thedrop.com. All right, don't just leave a comment and say, hey, man, shoot me that drop. Here's my email. Because I'm probably not even going to. That's just, that's a few extra steps, man. So if you hit my email, though, I can just bang, bang. You know what I mean? So hit my email, man. Come on, Drop Nation. Rock with me now. Make it easy for me. Make it easy for me. Remember where you were when you first saw this 1972 Flat Earth Secret Worksheeld USA archive photo, probably from another satellite. Probably from another satellite connected with a 1972, I don't know, Apollo 17 mission. You look it up. Oh, they took a picture of another world. Remember where you were when you saw this, and then remember where you were when they said, hey, nah, that's just a crater. Nah, this is just this. So you telling me, because I don't see no blocked out rectangles and extra fuzziness. Oh, this is just a sharp image, just a sharp image. Just a sharp image. So which one do you think came first? Which one do you think is the real shot? Love to Mud Fossil University. I'm gonna act like Mud Fossil, man. Just pay attention to all this little fluty stuff. All this fluty stuff. All this fluty stuff. Look at the fluty stuff, though, man. It's the same picture. All this fluty stuff. Man. All this fluty stuff. So this looks a little more authentic. I'm just gonna go on a whim and say they fuck with us so much that they took a real image and threw it right back in our face and wanted to talk about extinction level events. Nah, I mean, what they say, New York Times said it, man. New York Times said it, man. Drilling into the Chicxulub crater, right? And we dug last time on what's a crater, boss? What's a crater, boss? Boss man, what's a crater, boss? Crater, boss? Oh, it's just the bowl-shaped mouth of a volcano? All these craters on the moon, we're just talking the ring of fire. The ring of fire. The ring of fire. Oh, the Cariates. The Kara. Kara. What does Kara got to do with the Kara Katai, Wong Kong Priest, King Preston John? What does Kara have to do, let's see, with the Carolinas? North Carolina, South Carolina. Kara. What does Kara have to do with crater and dragons and volcanoes? Crater. Crater. Impact crater. Dinosaur extinction. And we know that the word dinosaur wasn't used until 1841. 1841. Before that, what were dinosaurs called before 1841? Go, I'll wait. Right, dragons. Dragons. Volcanoes, dragons, craters. Volcanoes, dragons, craters, crater. Bowl-shaped mouth of a volcano. Dragons. Dinos. Dragons. Dinos? In the Yucatan? Dinos? Dragons. Volcanoes. Dragon lairs. Volcanoes. Dragon lairs. Volcanoes. Dragon lairs. Craters. Crater. Ring of fire. The ring of fire. We need to get fluty, man. Can y'all please tell me that I need to re-up my flute game around here? Let's dig on some of this Jeff Ball, man. It's all good. We're gonna belly flop with it. Oh yeah, man. This my slap right here. This my flute strap. Flute. What I say, snap. You know what I'm talking about, man. Slap. Fruit slap. Flute slap. Fruit strap. Hey man, I'm not a word genie, man. Flute slap. God dang. Y'all try it, man. Try saying flute slap. That's a combination of words you probably would never ever use again. But do it one time for me. Flute slap. Do it, man. That's my flute slap right here, man. There we go. Let's go. Oh man. Hey man, y'all wanna check in on Bam Bam? I mean, I know we're digging on dinos and nice beautiful shots of worlds beyond the poles. We'll be digging on that, in this session. This is kind of a summary. This is part 6, I guess. Oh damn, Hijacked City. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. It's not, you know what I mean. You know how they get. You know how they get. Yeah, let's fall back, man. Don't be too mind heavy. Drop Nation, don't be too mind heavy, all right? If you came over here just for some flat earth stuff, fall back, man. We in the classroom, man. This a tribal event. Don't come over here just because you see something about the flat earth and say, oh, what's this guy talking about? Hey, man, we do things around here, man. We talk about stuff. We got plans, man. We got plans around here, man. Hey, man, check out Bam Bam, man. We've been digging on Bam Bam for years, man. I figured we check in. Apparently, his hut got burned up. That's what he showed at the top. His hut got burned up, so he's building a new hut, man. Let's fall back with Bam Bam, and then we're about to surf the wave like we never surfed the wave before. Okay. Foundation. Okay. Hey, man, I gotta back it up. So he put them all the way down. And then he put something on top of that. Y'all peep that? Hope y'all peep that, man. Hope y'all peep that. Okay. find yourself, somewhere like this that got a lot of these type of trees, or real buildable drop, it's all good. You already see you can build some foundation. Just enough to get some shelter, man. If you're gonna be there a minute, being back in tune with nature. I mean, for me, I'm a city boy. I'm from Inglewood City, man. LA City, man. But gotta admit, man, there's a part of me that's just like, wanting to, be back in tune, man. And I think all of us feel that. We got to get over the fears of the unknown. We all feel it. I'm like, man, what if there's a bear, man, right there, man? What if a dinosaur pops up, man? We got to get over all the fears of the unknown, man. Be on that element shit, man. Get back on our elements, man. Because all this singing that the trees are doing, I mean, all this is vibration. Sound is vibration, frequency. So in the city, we don't get this. We don't get this frequency, man. Oh boy, do we miss it or what? Do we miss the frequency or what? Yeah, man, Bam Bam's all right, man. He's an all right dude, man. You know what I mean? It's okay. Apparently, he wrote a book, man. Go support Bam Bam. You know what I'm saying? We've been rocking with Bam Bam, so it is what it is, man. All right. I'm definitely going to have to get this book, though, because that'll be really nice for the survival drop. Ahchwa to everybody digging on survival drop. It comes on every, Sunday, 5 o'clock Pacific time, p.m. Survival Drop 101 with khandrop. And we just dig on survival stuff, man. Come dig on it at 432thedrop.com. Ahchwa to the dragoons on the wall. You know who you are, and we appreciate you. We appreciate the water for the whole flow, for the whole tribe, for the whole Ether Squad. What it do to the Ether Squad? What it do, tribe? I mean, whenever I see this, man, I feel real tribal, man. I miss my tribe, you know what I mean? Ahchwa to all the tribe across the plane. You tuning in? Ahchwa to Drop Nation all across the plane, man. All right. I thought Bam Bam was throwing stones for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I said, Bam Bam. No, Bam Bam. Stop throwing stones. But I think he's just, in building mode. I think he's in building mode. That's pretty dope, though. See that chimney drop? You got a nice little setup, Bam Bam. You got a little trail. And then you got his hut. Bam Bam, man. You got it popping, man. Hey, man, Bam Bam got it popping. We see it. And, go support primitive technology, man. Go support his book, man. You know what I mean? I'm a little heated right now. I need some flutes. I'm a little peeved. I'm a little peeved right now. Let's dig on this Jeff Ball Souls Intertwined. Yeah, I remember this drop. Y'all remember a lot of these drops from the drop library, man. This is where we got a lot of the free music downloads, and this is what we're gonna re-up to put up a new playlist there for you, man. Sorry it's been so long, man. It's just, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But y'all real patient, and y'all know that there's a vision to what we do. Whatever we say we're gonna do, we give 100% to making that happen. And if we ever fall short, man, if I ever fall short, you know what I'm saying, Shalaki, man, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I'm really trying, though. I'm really trying, man. Allow, wow. Let go. Yeah, man, I'm pissed off, man. I'm pissed off, Jack. Man, I'm steamed, man. I'm real steamed right now, man. I'm steaming Willie Beeman. I mean, shout out to the balcony surfers, man. You already know how we feel about this link, man. You know, this is one of our favorite links we used to use to show chaos versus order, order versus chaos. We would take this projection right here, right? We would click on this earth thing, and these projections pop up. These projections pop up. And there used to be a projection that's not here anymore. Can y'all tell me which one ain't here no more? Yeah, you see it, man. What happened to the AE projection? Right? They used to give you the flat earth projection called the azimuthal equidistant AE projection. All right. The AE projection is, the UN flag. All right. The UN flag is the AE flat earth, so-called, plane projection. And it used to be here where you could see the water when you put it in that AE so-called flat earth projection. The water would form, perfect order. You would see the water flowing clockwise and counterclockwise. On the outside, I think it was counterclockwise. On the inside, clockwise, something like that. And it was in perfect flow. This is chaos right here. You see water going everywhere. Water going here, water going there, water going here, water going there. This is chaos. This is how you know you're not on no damn ball. There's no order to the water at all. But in that other projection, the AE projection, they took it off. They took it off. It's no longer here. We can't even see the AE projection no more on this website. Now, who put the pressure on these people to take that projection off? And that right now got me steaming, Willie beaming. Got me steaming, Jack, because you saw the perfect order, counterclockwise, clockwise of the water. Look at this, man. Look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this. There's no order to this water. It's going everywhere at the same damn time. It's not right, man. This projection is called the orthographic projection. This projection is called the Atlantis projection. Y'all tell me, why is this called the Atlantis projection? I don't know. I'm just, why would they name this the Atlantis projection? Anybody got any? You see some Atlantis drop? Any Atlantis drop going down? All right. All right. I'm going to leave a link, even though they don't have our projection no more. Y'all think it's play? Hold up, man. This the Atlantis projection. This is called the conic equidistant, but they don't have the azimuthal equidistant. Now they have the conic equidistant. Look at this shit, man. Look at this shit, man. Look at the water, man. There's no order to it. It's chaos. You know it's not the right projection because the water looks like chaos. All right? Same thing as this. They call this the rectangular. Bullshit, chaos. What about the Patterson projection? Bullshit, chaos. What about the stereographic projection? Bullshit, chaos. What about the Waterman butterfly projection? Again, bullshit, chaos. All right, what about the Winkle triple projection? Utter bullshit, chaos. Now, do we have any, hold up, man, let's get Fluty, man. Do we have any evidence that we already had this projection up before they took the projection down? Let's get the evidence. Let's get the evidence. Yeah, man, this is my joint, man. This is my jam, man. All right. And this is back in 2017. Flat connected universe, land beyond the poles. Standing water is flat water. And this is the same site. And let's see if we can get some drop out of it, man. Hold up, man. Let me turn it up so we can hear this drop right here. Pause the flute. Pause the flute. Let's turn it up. When they catch certain streams, this is how they catch them. In and out, in and out. All right. And again, on this drop right here, it almost depicts the same thing with these arrows. You see it going, what's that, clockwise in and counterclockwise out. Clockwise in, counterclockwise out. See it again. I know it's small, but you can kind of catch it. Clockwise, counterclockwise. So however it's depicting, it's definitely a counterclockwise, clockwise situation. I told y'all I know how to time travel. I mean, look at the water. All right. First of all, you see the projection right here, and you see the AE. You know, it's right there. You know, it's kind of cut off, but you see the AE. So we don't see the AE no more. Count the projections. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. You see 9 projections there. You pull up the link now. Count the projections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ask yourself, why did they take one off when they had 9 projections? Why are they gonna give you 8 projections? Huh? Back in 2017. Now who would know this, man? You know what I'm saying? Who would be looking this close? You know what I mean? Unless they were, you know, really surfing the wave. Again, count the projections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 projections. Now, I know you can't see the screen as good as it would be if I could pull it up for you now, but you can see that the water is not going just sporadically. You can actually see a flow to it on the outside and the inside going a certain way. Look at the outside water, look at the inside water. You're going to go back and get the space loop drop and combine it with the clockwise, counterclockwise, and then that's how you time travel. You know, I can't just tell y'all because some people are irresponsible. They'll just start zapping all over the place. If you go back and get the space loop drop and combine that with the counterclockwise, clockwise, you might know how to time travel. Man. All right, and just right quick. Antarctic Treaty now. The Antarctic Treaty was signed in Washington, December 1st, 1959 by the 12 countries who signed it. Oh, man. I got into it for a second, man. dropping 2017, man. You got me hooked quick, man. I was into that. Hold on, man. I want to see that flow again in the water. On point, man. He's always slick. Shout out to Isaac Ford, man. We had all the drop albums, man. You know what I'm saying? We talked about getting this back going as well. You know, just step by step, man. Let's go. Put on the music, said, man, y'all need to get this all the way real, and it's right on time for the live radio to be dropped. So look out for that in a couple of weeks, man. I mean, we are fighting hard to, you know what I'm saying, just flow that right there, man. Because when we're there, we're there. When we're there, we want to be there. Bang, bang. So, again, love your patience, and we love you. And I love to Isaac Ford, man, for what he's doing, man, for the community. Hey, Hobbsy. And we just keep it flowing, man. And again, this is chaos. This is what they want to put you on the ball. See all the waves going any other way, right? We go back into the AE. Bang. Now look at the flow. It's more of a peaceful vibe, right? You see the flow, everything going one way in. Clockwise, counterclockwise, all the way to the outside, all going one direction. So that's interesting because it's not just counterclockwise, clockwise. There's rings There's rings, man. There's rings, man. Kind of like the ring, rings of Atlantis, right? And each ring that contains the water is going either clockwise or counterclockwise to the other ring. Kind of like like a generator. You know what I'm saying? When you think about the current, when you flow the current one direction, you got salt water, right? You got a salt battery current, like it's literally powering the shit up, man. You know what I'm saying? And you got a ring of counterclockwise, and you got a ring of clockwise. Then you got a ring of counterclockwise. Then you got a ring of clockwise all the way up. It keeps alternating. And again, ask yourself, why or why? I mean, look at this. We on the same site, but here you got 9 projections. And now in 2020, 3 years later, we got 8 projections. What is it about this projection that made them take it off of their site? How much rap was it given up? How much real rap was being put out there when we got to see the, alternating counterclockwise, clockwise current situation and how orderly it was and how no other projections have any order whatsoever. And this is the true habitation, the true order. So when they catch certain streams, this is how they catch them. Bang, bang. Drop 2017. Get them, dog. Get them. So this is when they talk about the Gulf Stream, where they're catching it one way. They know they can catch another stream another way to get back. Yo, we getting our navigation on. 2017 drop. Let go. You futuristic with this shit, 2017. You in the ether, man. There ain't no time. There ain't no time, man. Hey, that's how they know how to get back and forth, though, because they know that one stream is going to go clockwise, one stream is going counterclockwise. So they say, all right, if I want to get to this part of Africa, I'm going to need to catch the stream going clockwise, if I want to get over here, or counterclockwise if I want to get over here. So I need to go a little further up, catch this current, and then I know that the current, right? The energy is going to, slide me over in this direction to get to Africa. From Africa to South America, I need to catch this stream. But if I catch this stream, I can't go against this stream because it's going to be sliding me back to Africa. And they knew they can so-called circumnavigate, right? But really, they just, going around and around, you know what I mean? On the fixed plane, you know what I mean? They're going around and around on the ocean circuits, man, on the circuit of the ocean. Now, think about that with worlds beyond the pole and all the other worlds beyond the poles, man. We're doing some callbacks. Man. There was some great drop that made me remember something, man. I still got it. Oh, man, we got a lot of worlds beyond the pole drop, man. Oh, man, what did I do with that? Oh, that might have been one of the ones I accidentally, let me see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, everybody that supported the drop merch, man. Hey, your merch is, getting nice and crispy for you, man. And we appreciate all that. We got a lot more dropping, a lot more merch ideas. Chef Candy's going crazy with ideas. So, hey, to the, lovely Chef Candy, man, for everything she does for the tribe to keep us fitted, to keep us fed. You know what I mean? We enjoy being fed and we enjoy being fitted. It was Flat Drop 7, man. I was digging on Flat Drop 7. Is this it right here? Yeah, man, we back in that Flat Drop 2017. And hey, out to everyone. I mean, people show up for the Flat Drop, man. You know what I'm saying? They get real excited for the Flat Drop. And I know why, because it does awaken, areas within yourself. And by breaking down these walls and then breaking down the indigenous truth and breaking down the script, man, and, breaking down the energy, frequency, vibration, we've been able to break down a lot. And love to Matt Powerland, man, I think it, hey, man, I always appreciate the paintings that he put out, with the Worlds Beyond the Pole. But let's dig on 2017 drop for a couple minutes with this. Like you said, its own sun, its own situation, its own, gaseous, sky gas, what Giannini calls it. It's all connected. I mean, look at, one realm that you go back.
Or a reflection stroke prism.
When we get back into this Giannini, he's saying everything's connected, right? Land, water, and ice. You don't see spherical anything. It's connected. It's perspective. It's the way, the... So I know it's fuzzy here. I'm going to let it play, but these would be more earth ponds, and all this white would be the Antarctic sheet, or there's a sheet of ice, this frozen overness. And within those, within that ice, these holes, like they were flying over with Admiral Byrd. Oh, look at that, a big hole. Look, it would look like a vortex, when you're flying into another world, another earth pond, right? Light show is connected, but when you get out, everything appears to have its own, like you said, its own sun, its own situation, its own, gaseous, sky gas is what Giannini calls it. It's all connected. I mean, look at, one realm that you're in. I mean, where do they go when they launch off in their little SpaceX and they launch off to outer space? Are they just literally going out of one ice patch to another piece of land, over another ice patch to another piece of land? And of course, we know there's lots of water and stuff and dry areas in between this. This is just, somebody's, out of somebody's head. But yeah, man, we're talking about the ice. Mm-hmm. This is a Japanese map found in some Japanese cave about 1,000 years ago or so. Second polar ice ring. So yeah. Man, this is a nice one right here. I forgot about this one. We got to dig more on that Barrington Iron Republic. This is when they said they found another world, another land beyond, they went through this gate, found another world. Having more of these, How many more worlds, my people? This blows the lid off of all the Donald Trump, Iran distraction and all that. I mean, a lot of Nagas do take the bait, though. Start now, all the conversations, politics. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's cool if you want to talk about, what do you think about Trump? That's cool. That's all right. I can dig it, I guess, because you do need to, know what's going on in a puppet show. Please know it's a puppet show. Please, if this is real, my noggin, if we just talking more worlds beyond the pole, then what the fuck else are we talking about? If this don't bring you, face to face with the reality of a created, universe created by a creator, if you don't see them other earth ponds and say, yeah, okay, clearly this was created and this is genius. More worlds beyond the pole? Is there any world like ours? I mean, the numbers say, of course. There's no difference when we read F. Amadeo Giannini, Worlds Beyond the Pole. It's the same atmosphere. There's no Martian atmosphere. It's just Earth, man. It's the same water. It's just more water, just like we have here if it's hijack free. It's more land like we got here. It's just more world, man. More Earth beyond the pole. More Earth beyond the pole. How's that? How's that? How's that? So when he's talking about Iron Republic and all that, When you're looking on this map, it's just another world. And these worlds are inhabited. And this is a whole book about this world here. Here he's pointing to Admiral Byrd where he land or his land. All right, so he got his own land, which would make sense because he explored the shit out of this place. So he probably got his own land and say, look, I'll take that. Y'all take whatever the fuck else y'all want. Just give me that. And what's the competition? There's no competition. There's no, oh, I want to conquer, because it's just hella land, man. I mean, they don't have enough reason yet to have to. There's no scarcity for them to want to conquer. All that is made up shit in the Middle Earth. All that is made up shit in the Middle Earth. I mean, are we supposed to know about these lands? I mean, do you think the Creator wants us to know? I mean, clearly, this knowledge is being brought out now. So, but, you know, it, if you're just from Brooklyn or Harlem, or you from Inglewood, or you from Long Beach, you know what I mean? Or you from, Alabama, this is all you know. And you probably spend your whole life in Alabama or Brooklyn or LA, you know what I mean? Like, we over here talking about East Coast, West Coast. Where's East? My naga, where's East? Where's West? With orientation, where's East and where's West? You're just talking about clockwise and counterclockwise. Clockwise, counterclockwise. That's all you're talking about, East and West. That's why when you look at the etymology of North, remember that? North is what? Below? Just everything's flipped upside down. I mean, there's no orientation, bro. I mean, it's just clockwise, counterclockwise, man. If you want magnetic north on this particular magnetic north, on this particular earth pond, the magnetic north would be in the center, right? But in the other worlds beyond the pole, let me go back a little bit. In the other worlds beyond the pole, where's north, man? Where's north? Huh? Oh, their north is their center, their north is their center, their north is their center. Where's south then? Where's east? Is it clockwise or counterclockwise for everybody? I mean, we're just scratching the surface when we talk flat drop. We're just scratching the surface, man. Shout out to 2017 drop, Surfing the Wave. Can we get a little fluty? Y'all mind? Y'all want to dig on My Beautiful Paul Cara Ross? Okay, let's go. All right, okay. Yeah, man. Okay, let's go, man. Man, I am pissed off at these people, man. How do they take off the AE projection? How do they take off the AE projection? And then make this all look fancy and stuff. You know how dope the AE projection? We would have been able to really see it clearly, with the clockwise, counterclockwise, and you know what I mean? But this is just bullshit. This is just bullshit right here. There's no order to the water. That's how you know they on that play. We're just talking about more world beyond the pole. Let me see if this link is still up. Yeah, something in there about wakey, other lands. Okay. I like that. Going to that Vedic on them, man.
Turning your energy from your work into items and projects that you will never see, far, far away, to a different elite. South Korea, most nations, temporary visas to visit.
I'm trying to get the title of this video. Yeah, so bang. Flat Earth and Other Lands, Wakey Wakey, Dorja Daka. You're like, how can you read all that, man? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's all happening. It's all happening. Flat Earth and Other Lands. Oh, Wakey Wakey. Flat Earth and Other Lands. Dorja Daka, I think, something like that. Oh, come on, man. They take that one down too or something? Oh, there we go. Woo. I was about to be steam, man. I'm about to get my steam rolling. All right. Yeah. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. I mean, y'all wanna get a little piece of this? All right, let's get a little piece of this. And then we're gonna go back and forth between this and that Martin Kinney Cosmic Egg. We included this in our flat drop series in 2017, and love to all the family because it keeps being brought up by our fan, man, on YouTube and IG, man. So if you've been breaking up this drop, A-hop to you, like I told you, Drop Nation's been digging on it, man. So we're gonna dig on it again, with a dragonfly perspective. Just get a chunk out of here. We get a chunk out of this wakey wakey situation, man. And I also want to surf the wave with a few more spots, man. Hit up Worlds Beyond the Poles, of course. Oh yeah, I want to get into the Admiral Byrd diary a little bit as well. I said this might be the last one, but I don't know, man. We just surfing the wave in flat drop. So let's start like this. We're gonna start over here, and we'll belly flop a little bit. I know they're gonna go crazy on these maps where they start getting to the Worlds Beyond the Poles, right about here, probably. Okay. I'm gonna belly fly right around here, man. Let's go. Shalom to the home team.
Our divine blueprint is to have everything fit, feel good, and be fully healthy. The elite put in sugar and flour and other toxins to change and mess up the human race, which is a major lack of compassion. Could it also be possible that on the other lands, where there's no toxic food, there are still amazing, super healthy, super charged up beings?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For us, living parasites within the body are very real. Candida, pinworms, threadworms, roundworms, etc. Foreign waste debris in the body is real. Morgellons is man-made and very real. For diseases and viruses, we've not seen enough actual evidence to show that these are real.
Mm-hmm.
So, there are no diseases on flat Earth. But the main point is this. On a spinning ball planet, trillions of miles from anywhere, or in a flat enclosed reality, these levels of antipathy don't really make sense. Okay, you can have a warring faction, greed, and steering mass groups of people, but mass genocide and DNA mutation, killing people for money, this doesn't work as well in an enclosed reality as it does if there are other lands. Let me elaborate a little bit. If there are 20 lands or so, throwing a few billion people to the sword at land C23, for instance, for experiments, seems much more likely. Why would anyone be okay killing billions of people if everyone is in the same realm? This is more of an irrational leap. This crazy level of antipathy works more rationally if the ruling and orders are coming from another land.
Whoa.
Why dirty one's own doorstep? This might need some contemplation to...
Whoa, contemplation. Contemplation is a game. Keep the rhythm, or you'll be out the game. Starting with worlds beyond the pole. Are the elites. Alright, let me stop speaking their language, man. Are the hijacked from another world beyond the pole? This is another great question. Love to drop nation. And I send sincere love to drop nation. Because like we say, we in the third wave, man. We popping off. And if you've been surfing the wave since the balcony, it's the same wave, man. It might be a different, I'm not on the balcony per se. I've gone through a lot of life, experience since then. But I like to say that we've drawn closer to maintaining a dragonfly perspective. And can we have a perspective on the hijack? Is there a reason why they're just not from anywhere on this earth? And we say, well, maybe they were all created. Yeah, maybe they were. Maybe they weren't all just created here. If this is us, maybe they're from right here. Or here. Maybe they were created somewhere else by a group of Nagas. And they set them loose here. Maybe, the other tribes like, Moab and Edom and all that stuff. Maybe they're look, if I'm Moab, let me just speak on behalf of if I'm Moab. If I'm Moab, right, and I got the drop on a bunch of magic science and stuff and technologies and stuff, or let's say, whoever, in the Confederacy, Psalms 83, and we say, yo, we need to flip the script. We need to act like we're not in control. We're not in power. We need somewhere for our people, to set up shop while we set loose these cave motherfucking, infested, beast. Well, we're gonna set loose these beasts on these pure people, man. So now you have the creation of opposites, and then in alchemy that's called conscientio. Specifically, it's the cadman. The cadman. All right. So to slay the dragon, alchemically speaking, you must create the opposite. It's the bringing together of opposites. Now, who's the dragon? Quick. Who got the drop on all the elements? The fire, the water, the ether, the land, all the platonic solids. Who got the drop on the dodecahedron? Uh-oh. You're not supposed to say that word. You're not supposed to say dodecahedron. Who got the drop on the ether? So they must slay the natural ones in order to control something. It's not just about killing you. It's about control. What are they controlling? By getting you out of the way here. And did they repeat that process anywhere else? I'm not just saying it. Shout out to Wakey Wakey.
This crazy level of antipathy works more rationally if the ruling and orders are coming from another land. Why dirty one's own doorstep? This might need some contemplation to fully understand.
Are they chemtrailing their earth pond? Remember, my Naga, I know you want to think these are, even if you now are seeing the orientation, that you're not on a spinning ball, that outer... Look, man. Stop what you're doing and just focus, man. If you're just getting the audio of this, close your eyes, man. All right. Imagine more worlds beyond a pole. Imagine flying straight and just coming across Earth Pond, Earth Pond, Earth Pond, Earth Pond, Earth Pond, Earth Pond. And you say there are infinite amounts of Earth Ponds out this motherfucker. Just imagine that. That's outer space, all right? That's what they would put the concept, the inception in your head bone of outer space. That's outer space. You're just coming across Earth Pond on Earth Pond on Earth Pond. I mean, where's really the military conflict? At this point, it's just, hey, I'll be over here, Jack. You be over there. I mean, you're going to find hella gold. I'm going to find hella gold. It is what it is. You know, you set up shop for your grandbabies. Let them know they got a home right here, you know. The question is, are they discovering more Nagas everywhere they go? Do they got the drop on how to slay the dragon everywhere they go? Are the dragons everywhere they go? Again, we're just talking craters, volcanoes, ring of fire, the ring of fire.
Are coming from another land. Why dirty one's own doorstep? This might need some contemplation to fully understand, and it's only conjecture for making a point that's not yet...
Are they chemtrailing their own Earth Pond?
...being made. But these crazy levels of antipathy just don't fully work in an enclosed system. Let's digress again and look at the money. Let's follow the missing money.
Follow the missing money. I said I just want to get a piece out of this, man. Let's go to the cosmic egg theory. Love to Martin Kinney, man. Let's make sure I get everybody in this joint. You know who shared this with me? I think it was my bro Isaac, man. Love to Zeke the Freak. I think he was the first one that shared this with me, man, way back when, and said, man, you got to check this shit out. This is crazy. And let's look at it from a Dragonfly perspective. Now, look, you're going to have to dodge your own damn hijack. Ty Battle told you that. He's going to give you some drop, but he's going to come at it in the spirit science perspective. You know, there's the void of nothingness, and, you know, now you got to deal with the God of the void of nothingness versus, you know what I mean? And then out of nothing, something was, you know, out of chaos. He's going to say, yeah, you know, it might be called chaos. So, you know, keep the creator in mind, worlds beyond a pole. And he's going to, you know, go over the dynamics of this particular Earth Pond. You know what I mean? And let's see what we got to serve. He got some great, you know, I'm just going to skip right here right quick. He got a great setup, you know what I mean, of these rings. And again, man, I'm steamed, man. Because we used to be able to see these rings perfectly clear in the AE projection. Aquadescent, you know what I'm saying? AE. Man, I'm pissed off, man. I mean, you can't even see it that good, but at least you can kind of see it right here. In and out, all right? And again, on this drop right here, it almost depicts the same thing with these arrows. You see it going, clockwise in and counterclockwise out. Clockwise in, counterclockwise out. Man. Alright, just right quick. Antarctic Treaty now. The Antarctic. I'll go back and get the space loop drop and combine it with the clockwise, counterclockwise. You see how it's just flowing? See how these is flowing this way, that's flowing there. See how they're flowing? You see how this is flowing here? And this is flowing here. This is flowing, man. Order over chaos, man. Get the drop, man. All right, let's check out this cosmic egg situation. Again, he's talking about the universe as a whole, not the earth as an egg, all right? He ain't on his, Neil deGrasse Tyson wizard shit, all right? But he is on some hijack, you know what I mean? But, dodge your own hijack. Now, what's crazy is that this thing got 1,000 dislikes. I don't know. No, I mean, even in the flat Earth crazy shit, where this many dislikers show up. I don't even know how motherfuckers dislike videos anyway. If I don't like something, guess what I'm gonna do? Just keep it motherfucking pushing. Who has to voice their dislike opinion I must put a stain on your video. I'm gonna stain your video with my dislike. I mean, that's a lot of hatred, man. Like, just go on to the next video. But I don't believe 1,000, 1,100 people literally dislike this. After watching it again, especially, like, there must be some serious drop, and there's got to be some bullshit. There's got to be some bullshit. So with this much bullshit going on, there got to be some drop all up in the house. Let's get a piece, man. Let's go.
Over the last 6 months, I've been working on a model.
Shout out to Santos Banashi, Eden Gill, and Martin Kenny, man. Did some great work with this. Let's go.
Of what the universe could look like from a geocentric point of view. Obviously, we've got the mainstream point of view, which is obviously very wrong in many ways, and possibly right in other ways as well, which I'm going to try and prove today. But the ancients, quite obviously, knew a lot more than we know today about these truths. So I used a method that I learned off Santos, the method of syncretism, to try and connect the dots and come up with a cohesive, geocentric universe that makes sense, at least. Of course, we'll never know the truth, the whole truth, naturally, in this state of consciousness. But I think we can certainly get as close to it as possible through syncretism and other means as well. So that's what I've done. I've syncretized mainly 4 avenues. I've syncretized Vedic scriptures, Kemetic Egyptian mythology, Greek mythology, Norse mythology, a bit of the Bible, and a bit of the science we're taught today, mainstream science. There's a lot of truth in there. We just have to be able to decipher what they're telling us, but they are telling us quite a few truths, which I think might be a bit controversial in the flat Earth community, but I'm sure my argument is going to be quite compelling, hopefully. But I'm going to start. I'm going to start from the beginning. My presentation is based on the cosmic egg theory, the theory that our universe is inside an egg or a shell, which is actually a torus field. Okay, everything is toroidal. So I'm going to start from the beginning. Right.
Let go.
From the beginning, all cultures and even mainstream science tells us that there was nothing, absolutely nothing, the void, emptiness, empty space.
All cultures don't say that there was nothing, man. I mean, all right, I'm not going to do that. He's doing a good job, but I just want y'all to know. I'm not talking to you, Martin Kenny. You know what I'm saying? Or Santos. I don't know who's Martin, who's Santos. But look, man, all cultures don't say that it started with nothing. Even the Popol Vuh says that framer and shaper, imply that they gave frame and shape to something that already exists. You know what I mean? When we talk about the water, we talk about the mem already existing. It was not nothingness. You know what I mean? So, dodge on them hijacks, you know what I mean? And this is the exact thing that spirit science says, and this whole duality, thoughthism. So there is a lot of thoughthism in how he breaks it down, but we're trying to get drop and the babies out the bathwater.
Today, science calls it infinite space, time, and matter. Okay? Past cultures also had names for this. The Greeks called it the chaos.
Bang! Chaos. So, yeah, that's we're not into it started with chaos and then you got order theory. We're into it always had order. And then it became chaotic, when certain order was broken. You did.
The Norse called it the Gunning Gap. The Egyptians called it the Noon. This is the void. This is everything and nothingness. This is the multiverse. Okay? I think there's no way to express it or to explain it in any words or level of consciousness that we have now. So we're going to try and use words that we can relate to at best. This space is intelligent, conscious, it is beautiful, it is divine, it is holy. So if I use certain words, they're not going to do this justice. Whatever this is, this infinite space, time, and matter.
Wow.
This is the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning, and the end. Okay? So that was everything and nothingness, the void of infinite potential to begin with. At some point, this void decided to separate a part of itself to create and experience life outside itself, because it can. This is the nature of infinite potential, to use that potential. And the first creation, from our point of view, was what we know as the Holy Trinity, okay? Which I've drawn there as the, you can see the Vesper Pisces there, you can see the flower of life.
Now look, man, you see a lot of the bullshit too, right? Because, you know, this goes right into the Mercury situation where the Mercury is the child. He's the child of the opposites. Remember, they have to create the opposite. So the Mercury is the child of what? The sulfur and the salt or something like that. The whole vitriol situation, alchemical situation. He's the child. Now you got this Vesper Pisces, right? And what's in between? Or you got Atum or Adam. Okay. Loki, Hades, Shiva. You got Zeus over here, Odin. You know what I mean? So they like to try to, weave their way. You got Thor, Ra, Poseidon. You know what I'm saying? Poseidon's son is Atlantis. And now you're back to Thoth. So how do you separate the Thoth from this perspective? You know what I'm saying? So, he starts with his perspective on this. I want to get more into his motto here. So we're going to belly flop into it. Get the full drop, by any and all means. Go ahead and get the full drop. And let me know, man, if there's something else that we need to pay attention to. Let's get into this motto. Let's go.
Right? Okay? So that is what this is. This is a cross-section. Okay? So now we've got a cosmic vortex. This is what science calls the axis. Yep, the cosmic axis. Okay? Many cultures called it many things. In Greek mythology, it was personified as the Greek god Alus, the keeper of the winds. In Vedic mythology, it's known as the Merudanda. Okay? In Kemetic Egypt, it's Horus. I think it was a falcon, also keeper of the winds or something to do with the winds. In Norse mythology, they talk about the Bifrost Bridge. Same thing. This is the spine. This is a black hole, if you like. Sometimes science says the black hole in the universe. This is the black hole. This is the father and keeper of winds, energy, flow of weather, currents, everything starts from here. Starts from this energy in the middle. This is the engine room, right? Powering everything inside this cosmic egg, right?
So think of it like your spine, and you raise that dragon, right? So you're just talking about the dragon, the energy, the flow.
So now we've got that. So the next bit was to now put form to the universe. Okay? So now we've established, we've got at the top, we've got blue shift, blue fire. Okay? At the bottom, we've got red fire, red shift. These are both polarity, magnetism. Okay? Different forms of magnetism. Different modalities of magnetism. Okay? In the middle, we now have the ether. Okay? We've got air. At the bottom, we've got the water. In the Bible, they say God separated the waters above from the waters below. So the waters above are the atmospheres. The waters below are the actual waters below. Okay? In the middle, is where Earth comes in. Okay, this is where Earth. The Kemetic Egyptians said in the beginning, God created the Ben. And Ben translates to mound or pyramid. Okay, so a mound or a pyramid was created. This is Gaia in Greek mythology. It's Geb, Mother Geb in Kemetic Egypt. Same thing, right? So this tells me that this must be a pyramid of some sort, the Earth originally, and probably still is today. Now you see those elements that we always talk about. Earth, wind or air or ether, water, and fire. Building.
Dragon. We're just talking dragons.
Blocks of life. Right? These are the first physical building blocks of life in our universe. Right?
It says they contain the vessel, right? In alchemy, the dragon contains the living vessel. Life.
Earth, where we are, the air above us, atmosphere, the waters below us, and the fire would be the heavens and the hells, top and bottom. Right? This is the Bhuloka in Vedic cosmology. Right, I'll try and... okay, let's go into detail. Right, this Bhuloka. Right, the Egyptians said it was the Ben, a pyramid. And I think it looks something like this. Okay, as above, so below.
Again, it's crazy that this video got over 1,000 dislikes, man. I mean, that's like clearly, controlled opposition. Yeah, I mean, that's letting you know for sure. You know what I'm saying? That there's something to pay attention to. Now he's about to bring out. Actually, I'm just gonna let him rock. He's about to bring out his model, and that's what I want to see. And then we'll keep it pushing, man. Talk about the Admiral Byrd diary and all that drop.
So it's a pyramid at the top and a pyramid at the bottom. Okay? Right? I think at the center here, at some stage, there was a capstone. Right? Which I'll explain in a minute. At the moment, it's a crater. But I'll explain that in detail in a moment.
Crater?
Now, mainstream science tells us that our Earth has got three inner layers. There's a crust, a mantle, an inner core, and an outer core. Right? But they tell us that this is on a spinning ball. I'm saying that it is not. What they're actually trying to tell us is that these are the four layers in the Ben. This is the cross section, by the way. Okay? And I'll show you what it is a cross section of. The crust, the mantle, the inner core, and the outer core inside the Earth. Which is basically this. This is the Ben. This is the Earth. But this is the top half. So if you imagine this at the top, there's also a bottom bit, an upside down pyramid. Okay? And that is sitting on the great deep, on the waters below. And above, you've got the waters above, which are the atmospheres. Right? So, when they tell us that the Earth has got three layers, a crust, a mantle, an inner core, and an outer core, that is inner Earth, inside this Ben. The layer between the two pyramids. So there's some truth in that. Okay? So I found that really, really interesting when I came across that. Okay? The ancient cultures also talk about this Ben in quite a lot of detail. Okay? The Egyptians called it Geb, Mother Geb. The Indo-Vedics, the Bhuloka, which is the land. In Greek, it was Mother Gaia. And in Norse mythology, it was Midgard. Okay? The top of this also had names. Okay? So the whole thing has got a name. In Kemetic Egypt, it's the Ben, right? But on the top, this is Mother Geb. If you're looking from the top, this was Mother Geb. Okay? In Greek mythology, the whole thing is Gaia. But the top as you see it with these concentric rings, is Atlantis or Atlas.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, man, why they hit the bro up so cold, man, with 1,000 I'm still tripping off of that. How you get 1,000 likes and 1,000 dislikes? Come on, man. It ain't enough people that hate on the flat earth that much to show up like that, man. You know, that's just wild. And right there, this bro, and this is why a lot of Drop Nation, man, has been, pointing me back towards this, even, though we had, looked at it a few years ago, you know what I mean? But with a Dragonfly perspective, ain't we saying this about, when we look at these rings, man, and this is not our Earth Pond. Love to the bro Sibs on Insta. Did great work with these filters, man. For real, for real. If you ain't got it by now, man, I'm gonna give you a few more days to hit me up on this, man. You know what I mean? And then don't even ask me about it, man. I'm not gonna share my Dropbox filters by Sibs, man. No way. No way. No way, man. Yeah, man. The bro did amazing work, man. I'm just checking out these filters that really confirm, that we were digging on more land. I mean, here you actually see the reflection, looks like, of another sun. See that perfect circle, that brightness. Some fam said, "Can't you see the reflection of the firmament?" I said, "Wow, okay. Again, what are they blocking out in this rectangle?" Now, there were a few shots here, man, that just had the outline of the continents themselves. Like this one. Sibs did incredible work, man. Hey, ha. I mean, bang, you tell me. Are we talking about our Earth pond or another Earth pond that was photographed in 1972, but now they want to call it a crater, wipe out all the continents and everything else and just use the fluty stuff, you know what I mean? Crazy. And call it a big ass crater over the Yucatan. But they give you a little reality because, every sorcerer got to give you a little truth. So they used the 1972 shot just so that they can give you a little reality. And then they give you some crater shit. And then, you know what I mean? But in reality, they're giving you the drop. You don't even know it. And you see the outline of these craters here. I mean, these continents here clearly are not like ours. Clearly are not like ours, man. Love the Sibs on Insta. And love the sister Sonia for the OG shot right here. Here with the cloud cover, you can't see the whole outline per se of the other continents, right? So Sibs did some great work on that. Worlds beyond the pole. We're just talking Atlantis. So we said, looking at our Earth pond, in the same way, is the whole thing Atlantis? We're looking for these concentric circles, between Africa and America. Are we not giving these gods enough credit? Like Poseidon that built his man-made island, that he built this earth pod? You know what I mean? Is this whole thing Atlantis or Egypt? And that makes maps like the, I don't know if I still got it up. Some yeah, this good enough. I mean, to the Moors, it's all Ham and Kush. And we kept saying, man, where's Israel? You know what I mean? Where's Jacob's territory? Where's Shem's land? Now, I'm not just going to give up the earth as we know it to anybody, because as far as I'm considered, it's all our land. Since you playing these games for show, for show. But remember, this is all Atlantis. And you see how they got it mapped out? This is all Atlantis. All of this in their hijacked mind of conquering something that belongs to the creator. They want to use all this as their lot, right? What would give them the balls to do that? Unless they are under the interpretation that all of this is Atlantis. Look at the Nile, right? They call it the Mississippi. Right? North and south. Where's the Nile? Okay, north and south. Which one's the man-made now? Which one's the actual now? And this is all Atlantis. Let's get that again. You know, we're just comparing reconners, putting the puzzle back together. Humpty Dumpty. We got to put them back together, man.
The crust, the mantle, the inner core, and the outer core inside the earth, which is basically this. This is the Ben. This is the earth. And this is the top half. So if you imagine this at the top, there's also a bottom bit, an upside down pyramid. Okay? And that is sitting on the great deep, on the waters below. And above, you've got the waters above, which are the atmospheres. Right? So, when they tell us that the earth has got 3 layers, a crust, a mantle, an inner core, and an outer core, that is inner earth, inside this Ben. The layer between the 2 pyramids. So there's some truth in that. Okay? So I found that really, really interesting when I came across that. Okay? The ancient cultures also talk about these, this Ben in quite a lot of detail. Okay? The Egyptians called it Geb, Mother Geb. The Indo-Vedics, the Buloka, which is the land. In Greek, it was Mother Gaia. And in Norse mythology, it was Midgard. Okay? The top of this also had names. Okay? So the whole thing has got a name. In Kemetic Egypt, it's the Ben, right? But on the top, this is Mother Geb. If you're looking from the top, this was Mother Geb. Okay? In Greek mythology, the whole thing is Gaia. But the top, as you see it with these concentric rings, is Atlantis. Or Atlas. Okay?
And Atlas is the son of Poseidon, right? Now we're back in that. Sidonians. Yeah, buddy. He said the top is Atlantis, huh?
If you're looking from the top, this was Mother Geb. Okay? In Greek mythology, the whole thing is Gaia. But the top, as you see it with these concentric rings, is Atlantis.
Now, you know, we got to dodge our own hijacks, you know what I mean? You tell me what you think about that, man. Leave a comment, man. Let me know. Is the whole earth turf Atlantis? Do you believe that Poseidon built all this? And this is all the man-made island? Or are they just hijacking the creator's domain? You know what I mean? Are they just hijacking a very important area? Calling it Atlantis. Now he's going to look you in the eye and say, this is Atlantis. Got us thinking that we from another earth pond or something. I mean, they all want us to think that we're from another earth pond. I mean, shit, the Moors don't even want us on this motherfucker. Do we just say, oh, okay, yeah, this must be yours. This must be Atlantis. So where's our earth pond? We could think like that. Or we could say, why the fuck is y'all hijacking this area? And what does it got to do with the promised land? Huh? What's it got to do with Eden? Why did Columbo think he was in Eden when he came over here? Get a few more minutes of this cosmic egg situation. Love to drop nation.
Or Atlas. Okay?
All right.
In Norse mythology, they just call it all Midgard. Okay? They had one name for it. In Vedic cosmology, or in Vedic scripts, they call the whole thing the Burloka. But the top is the Bhu Mandala. The concentric rings of the Bhu Mandala. Okay? It's also interesting that in Greek mythology, they said that Mother Gaia had 2 children. Okay? This is Mother Gaia, the whole thing. Had 2 children. Who are the 2 children? The 2 children are the top part and the bottom part. Prometheus and Epimetheus. These are the 2 held below us. Okay? Right? I hope that makes sense. So I'll move on to the next slide. Right. Now that we established that this is what the whole Earth looks like, our entire Earth is a pyramid Bhumandala with 4 concentric rings. Right? One.
All right. So, I mean, just think about what he's saying. You know, let's surf the wave with his investigation. So that would make Atlantis everything? God damn. Come on, man. You can't give Atlas all these lands. However, when you talk Atlantis and you talk Atlas, you know you're talking the priest king of Atlantis. You know you're talking Thoth. Thoth is the priest king, right? Thoth, the moving island. Antarctic ice wall lies beneath the buttload of undiscovered continents. All right. Yeah, man. Thoth, the moving island, man. Look, we know there's much more worlds beyond the pole. But is this where Thoth / Atlas / Poseidon / Zeus / or whatever the hell, you know what I mean? Is this the main area that they're all attempting at least to hijack? You got the Bawawa, Ra, Summer Gate, Thoth, the moving island. You got your Yaya twins. Right there. You got Anubis and you got Set. It seems like they're doing a great job of hijacking this area. And is this their perspective of Atlantis? Whether it is or is not, ain't even up to debate. Because we know that Atlas is a hijack. So he can't have no land. Hijack can't have no land. We don't give no land to hijack. Hijack, you got no land. You want the whole thing? You want the whole thing, huh? You want the whole thing from Morocco? You know where that got you? No land. Hijack get no more. You get no more. Nah, man. Because this is how you want to treat us, man. You know what I'm saying? So because of this, man, because you want everything, man, just because of that, all right? Just because of that, you get no more. The hijack want the whole pie. The hijack want to hijack everything. So they think Atlantis, in their perspective, is everything.
1, 2, 3, 4. Everything is in 4s in the universe. Right? All creation is in 4s in the universe. Right? At the center, we've got what we now know as the Garden of Eden. So anyone who's been following our videos will know about this. The Garden of Eden's at the center. This is where we are. Here, the second ring. There's an outer ring and an outer ring outside that. All separated by these mountains. What we call the Antarctica ice wall.
Bang. And back to that, AE projection on that website. The water will be going clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, based on whatever ice ring you're in between, clockwise, counterclockwise. Now, they were showing the projection of counterclockwise, clockwise within this first ice ring, which lets you know that it's continuing to alternate as you go on. And that's perhaps a major piece right there when it comes to navigation, is knowing which ring you're going to be in. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get over here, you need to know your orientation, that you need to flow with a stream that's running, counterclockwise. You know what I mean? If you're here, you want to get up here, you're going to have to flow with a stream that's flowing clockwise, man. And navigate through the clockwise counterclockwise to get to the right stream that is going to lead you in a straight path. Straight meaning, clockwise and counterclockwise, east or west. East or west.
Okay, this is our South Pole, the Antarctica. And the North Pole, there is a mountain range separating us from the worlds at the center, from Eden, from Shambhala, Hyperborea. Okay? And outside, they've got their own walls separating from this. This last one has got the greatest one. It's called the Loka Mountains in Vedic scriptures. These are the Loka Mountains, the great, great mountains. Right? And these are the last mountains before the torus field, the cosmic egg. Okay? So beyond this, there is no land. It's the cosmic egg blocking us out from the void outside.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me that there's just no more land? There's a void? So you're going to take your little model, put your land, give us a few more worlds beyond the pole, right? He's going to give us a few more. I mean, he's going to take us a little past thought to moving island and say, after you get out of this, well, he gives us 1, 2, so there would be more, and then another ring. But outside there is a void. That's like NASA saying, it's the vacuum of space. There's nothing else here. Wait a minute, man. I mean, hold up, man. Where's my, I gotta pull it up again. Get all linky and stuff for a reason. Yeah, I keep seeing it, and then I pull it up again, and then later I'm gonna say, oh man, I still see it. All right, man, here we go. Map, Chinese, let's get this one right here. Stop the play. So you telling me there's a void outside of these circles? What do y'all think? I mean, do y'all call bullshit on that? You know what I mean? Because according to him, there's these circles, right? And then there'll be another group of circles. Now, would these lands be the ones within that ring? I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, man. I'm not trying to say, all right, he has this ring, then he has this ring, and then he has this ring. I'm just trying to compare, contrast it with this map right here, which is supposed to be one of the oldest maps. They say they found it in a cave in Japan or something like that. This map implies there's a lot more land on the earth. They said it's over 1,000 years old. Go dig on 1,000-year-old Japanese flat earth map. You'll see it. Now, where's his ring, on this? You know what I mean? Obviously, he's drawing his own model with his ring cut off this, and then there'll be another ring. And then outside of this is the void of the universe, per se. Or does it keep on going and keep on going? I mean, y'all leave a comment. Y'all let me know. Do y'all call bullshit on his void theory? Or do you think there's just continuous land, just like Admiral, Amadeo Giannini? We about to get that world's beyond a pole, belly flopping it, enjoy it. Pull it up in the drop library. And Ahchwa to everyone surfing away. Oh, we're going to get some Abazaid, John Abazaid drop. Some proofs, man. about our Earth plane as well. But hold up, man, and yeah, a lot of y'all asking for the password to the site. By the way, Ty Battle got the drop right now. Ty Battle, stay with the drop, but right now she got the wheel. We say, oh man, take the wheel because somebody got to drive the ether bus. Shout out to the Battles. They actually bought a bus. They bought a bus.
Who initially told the Pope the story of King David, was himself leader of the Fifth Crusade. Bishop Honorius, servant of the servants of God, to the venerable brothers Theodoric, Archbishop of Trier, and his supporters, greetings and papal blessings. The Lord is clearly...
My bad, I had to put the password in. Ty Battle's reading, out the Prester John letters and sources by Keegan Brewer. It's in the Drought Library. She literally created the PDF herself, and it's dope, and it's hundreds of pages of great work. This is where our flutes normally would go. So they redid the template, and we had to rebuild it again. So we just got to do that. And plus the playlist, thing went down, so we got to rebuild that. But that's what we are, man. We're builders, man. We're builders, man. By the way, man, hold up, man. I'm gonna let y'all dig on some of this while we, surf the wave in the Drought Library. We just talking about the
battlefield is invading and occupying 24 days worth of his land, in which there are a great many fortified cities and castles, and he has proceeded so far from the region that his army is not even 10 days distant from Baghdad, that greatest and most famous city, which is said to be the special seat of the Caliph, the one whom the Saracens called their highest priest or pontiff. In fear of him, the Sultan of Aleppo, the brother of the Sultans of Damascus and Babylon, prepared his forces against the Christian army, which was staying at Damietta, and went against the aforementioned king to repulse him.
Ahchwa, we missing some important manuscript drop, man. They be just taking stuff out of the library. You can always see, man. You can notice when something's missing because they throw the flow off, man. Ahchwa got the drop, man, and yeah, get in the Drought Library for real, for real. We're gonna dig on that John Abazai. I don't know if I passed it already. Oh, there we go, right there, man. The Enlightenment of the World. Dig on that American Holocaust link, man. Caramel dropped us this particular link, a great link here. Get some of this. We still need a full PDF of this one right here by Jack Forbes, Africans, Native Americans. I haven't even dug on this one here. There's a lot that I haven't dug on in this library, man. So y'all get the drop, man. We're going to dig on this Enlightenment of the World by John Abazai. Yeah, we're going to dig on that. But right now, I want to get a little fluty. And I want to get a few more pieces of that cosmic egg. Let's get a little bit of this Tibet by Paul Carl Ross. You dig? Oh yeah, Ty Battle still got the drive.
Receives the long-waited aid. This summer, it will easily seize the land of Egypt, with divine aid dictating it, since the Saracen.
Y'all surf the wave, man. Y'all surf the wave. Ahchwa holding it down. 3 a.m. in LA. Let go. Become a Dragon sponsor on the wall. Just hit it up. Hit up the drop chat. Password is 1234 to get in the library and the chat room. All right. Fall back. Vibe suites are coming back harder and better than ever. Let go. You can always click the listen link over here and surf the wave.
But assured that you anxiously forewarn those who will cross over to help the aforesaid army, that they not fail to bring as many horses as they can,
both war horses and other horses.
Oh, they want the horses. Oh man, we killed that whole horse theory, man. I think Karen Mayo, man, did some great work as well with that. Horses are out of. They said we had no horses in America, but when you put all the history together, man, you know that the horse has been here in America, man. This is the old world, by the way. All right, a couple more seconds of this cosmic egg theory. Great job, by the way. And again, it's just the whole thing Atlantis, and how does that compare with this map right here? And do y'all rock with this void theory? Do y'all think there's no more land past this point? Or like Giannini say, you just keep going straight, it's going to be more land. As long as you go, it's going to be more land. So he wants to put it in a cosmic egg.
So let's focus on the center, on where we are, and what that might look like. Okay? There's some really important bits. Okay. Around each of these four worlds is also in torus fields. So remember, this is in the torus fields. Each of these worlds also has its own torus field cocooning it. So there's a torus field around this outer world, there's a torus field around this one, there's a torus field around that one, and there's a torus field at the center. Okay? And what that would look like, essentially, is something like this. Okay? From our perspective, from where we are. Right? Almost like those Russian dolls. Right? So there's one at the center, a torus field like that. There's one on the outside, on the outer worlds, a bigger one. Then there's a bigger one on the outside. Right? Now, I noticed something very interesting about this. These toroidal fields, right, are probably oblate spheroids in shape. So when mainstream science and NASA says the Earth is an oblate spheroid, this is what they're telling us. They're kind of telling us a half-truth, right? Which is why they can blatantly lie with a straight
half-truth, just like they're showing the crater, right? The crater instead of the 1972 shot. They give you little truth with a whole lot of lie, whole lot of hijack.
Face, because they know they're usurping the truth. And when it comes out, they'll just probably say, well, you're too stupid to understand what we're saying, but we're telling you the truth. So this is an oblate spheroid. Underneath where we are, this is where the four layers would be: the crust, the mantle, inner core, and outer core. Just like mainstream science says, right? Inner Earth. And above us, we've got the three atmospheres within our toroidal field. We've got the troposphere, the stratosphere, right? The mesosphere, and the thermosphere inside our torus field. This top bit is what mainstream science calls the Van Allen belt. This is the Van Allen belt, this toroidal field. Right? They tell us there's a field of energy that they cannot go past called the Van Allen belt. This is it. By the way, they also tell us that there are 5 Van Allen belts in the universe. So that's the 4 of the worlds, the 5th one being the outermost one. They also tell us that our universe is covered with cosmic background microwave radiation, which is basically a torus field. So they're telling us that our whole universe is
background noise, all right? So all this, man, all praise for what? Because all this drop is stuff that are the pieces we've been getting along the way, and not knowing that, it's giving us the right keys to unlock the right doors at the right time along the way in our investigation. Remember Hosea 3:5, that the children will return and seek Hawa. And seeking Hawa, you're seeking your orientation, man. You're seeking the creation of Hawa. This field, this energy. this ether you seek to overstand. But with perspective, with that 360 dragonfly, because a dragon can see all panorama, right? A dragonfly can see behind him to the side equally. He can fly away and still be looking right in your eye. And that's the kind of perspective we got to approach all this. Empty our cups, even with this cat. We can see the spirit science thoughthism, and then we can say, okay, yeah, I can see how we can apply this toroidal field or, this Van Allen situation. Now, how does that work? I mean, how can Admiral Byrd then discover more lands beyond the pole if he's running into a toroidal field? Or is he saying that this toroidal field covers an area past the, ice, to a point where he didn't have to run into it? How does it relate to the firmament? Does every toroidal field have a firmament? Does every layer have a firmament? I mean, this shot that we got here, clearly we don't see the firmament, but should we be seeing the firmament? Or is that something that's a little higher up than just here to here? And again, that's only if we're just talking about our Earth pond. This is another world. Then we say, does the other world have a firmament? Is it this? Do we share a firmament with these other worlds? And how high did this satellite have to get to take this shot? Is it right beneath the firmament? Now he's saying that this toroidal fields, I mean, this is another world, but with the toroidal field, like, are you saying we can't get to this other world because of this Van Allen situation, like they say at NASA? Even now they say, oh, well, we can't, we still trying to figure out the technology. Remember this drop we got on one of our previous drops in this particular series where this astronaut literally admits that they cannot go to the moon. But he says that they destroyed the moon going technology. And I never heard of shit like this. He said, oh, well, we destroyed our own technology on purpose.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
It's a painful process. So he's attributing something to pain. If we build it up, these people will put the hurt on us. We don't even want to touch that stuff no more. Can you imagine? They ain't gone since 1970 something. Over 50 fucking years, and you're telling me that you don't even have the technology 50 years later? You know how long 50 years is in the technical world? You got all these smartphones and all this shit, but yet they have devolved when it comes to the technology to travel into space. They've devolved. They would love to go again, but they don't have the technology. It's a painful process. According to this cat, according to this jabroni, they're not even trying. Or is NASA a cover-up for what's really popping in space travel, which is the travel to more lands beyond the pole?
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
Oh boy. That sounds interesting, right? Let's get some flutes and let's keep the fire burning, man. We're just talking about more worlds beyond the pole. We're just talking about orientation. I'm gonna read some of this Worlds Beyond the Pole, and then we're gonna do a good dismount in Richard Byrd's Missing Diary. Make sure we're good. Got enough time. I don't want to go too long. I try not to. A couple hours is good. A couple hours is good for us. All right, let's get fluty, man. Let's get fluty. Yeah, man. Let's go to some William Arnold, man. Whoa, 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 whoa. You coming in hot. You coming in hot. Let's try this Ron Bracale. All right, man. We can do that, man. They doing something. Let's go. Pull up all these links below. Featured links. Let's get it. Belly fly. Belly fly with me. Stratosphere, celestial. Land surface. Celestial land. Celestial land surface. Terrestrial land surface is the same as a celestial land surface. Let's get it from here. The infinite sky enveloping the universe, showing the inescapable illusions. This is not intended to show distance from the terrestrial to the celestial. It cannot be drawn to scale, but it does indicate what the nightly V or VI of our terrestrial sky must be for our celestial cousins. Our luminous outer sky deceptively appearing as millions of rounded and isolated bodies would present to the Martian and all other inhabitants of the universe the identical so-called heavens above, which we see as their luminous and deceptively isolated sky areas. Since up is always relative, our celestial cousins look up or out through their inner blue sky, as we do through ours, and behold the same nightly star pattern that we witness. Contrary to popular misconception based on the illusory shooting up or out from any location on the terrestrial and the celestial would take the hapless explorers away from the universe structure and project him into infinite space. Place your thumb on the illustration stratosphere section, then draw it toward you. That would describe where the space explorer would go. If he did not land back on some land area of the terrestrial, he would be completely lost in space, wherein the universe was constructed, or he would be projected upon some terrestrial area remote from the point of flight origin. Thus, the heralded spaceships would be precisely that and nothing else. Any spaceship launched, and there is no doubt that it could be launched, would either be lost in space infinite or be returned to some area of the Earth. Increase of speed and power would hasten the development whereby it would become lost outside the universe whole. Such is the inevitability, destiny for spaceships. The universe is so ordered that power increase to overcome the arc of flight would precipitate the spaceship away from the universe. On the other hand, insufficient power would restrict the spaceship to the movement of all projectiles and would have to conform to the arc of flight, which would return it to some land area of the terrestrial. That flight principle, always demanding consideration in the firing of our most powerful naval weapons, holds application to the U.S. Navy's superpowered rockets. Their arc and drift is increased with every increase of altitude. Continuing the study of the illustration for better understanding of the terrestrial heavens above. Again, they're talking about this illustration here, you know what I mean? Oh man, let me get some more flutes flowing. I like that drop. Yeah, you know, we're gonna take a nice tour down memory lane, man. So he's saying, man, if you go up, you're just gonna eventually have to connect to more land surface, man. Terrestrial outer sky areas, luminous, seemingly globular, isolated. So you're looking up at more land surface, and it looks like isolated globular bodies, stars, planets, quasars. That's just the stratosphere. Ah, so what will be the mesosphere? Dragons in the mesosphere. Dragons and other celestial land surfaces. Just surfing the wave. So continuing the study of the illustration for better understanding of the terrestrial heavens above, quote unquote, imagine that the luminous terrestrial sky curves each cover a land area 100 miles in length and width, then cover the entire terrestrial land with 100-mile sky disk. This will give you some idea of the countless luminous, rounded, and isolated bodies our connected and continuous outer sky presents to celestial observation. The results of the observation from the celestial would compare with results of our observation from the terrestrial. The magnitude of the terrestrial, quote, heavenly bodies detected would depend in part on the power of the detected lens. It's all about the lens. Space. Let me see. Oh, okay. I must be reading a little excerpt of it. So let's pick it up from here, then I'll jump back over. When one goes beyond the poles, one is moving, as the colloquial aptly describes, out of this world. One then continues to move over land extending beyond the earth. That land beyond is not on either side of the earth. That was conjectured by Mr. Copernicus. Hijacked city. Such a land factor, strange as it may seem to be, is now firmly established by U.S. naval exploration beyond the pole. It would be most fanciful to contend that any unknown land existed beyond the pole points. If one believed that the phrase over the pole really means that the explorers of the past went over the pole points from one side to the other side of a supposedly isolated globe, Earth, under such circumstances there could be no beyond other than the space originally conjectured. But such performance from one side to the other side of an isolated globe Earth is an aspect of popular misconception. The 1928 polar expeditions of Captain Sir George Hubert Wilkins and Rear Admiral Richard Evelyn Byrd. We're about to get this diary right after this. U.S. Navy, right, did penetrate beyond the South Pole Point in a southerly direction and discovered that land extended at least 5,000 miles beyond the original mathematized southern end of the earth. Original mathematized southern end of the earth. So how long is 5,000 miles? I mean, New York to LA is 3,000. So you got New York to LA damn near times 2. More land extended beyond. beyond the end. Incidentally, that estimated 5,000-mile extent represents the greatest estimate possible through triangulation, and there is no other means for estimating. Modern expeditions have penetrated into the 5,000-mile land extent, but its end has not yet been reached. I mean, at the end, is it the end of the cosmic egg? I mean, the end of the void. Do you go into the void, or is it just more land, more worlds beyond the pole? When the end of the estimate is reached, another similar estimate will be made. Such estimating and penetration to the limit of the estimate can continue ad infinitum. In other words, to infinity and beyond. There is no physical end to the earth, north or south. So what about east and west? And are we still just talking clockwise and counterclockwise? We'll get this part and then we'll get into Admiral Byrd's diary. Let's go. That 1928 primary estimate indicated land that continues due south from and beyond what had been considered an isolated globe Earth. That land extent cannot be shown by the popular globe Earth symbol. They can't put all that land on your ball, man. It just doesn't fit on your ball. Don't you get it? That's why they can't tell you about it, can't popularize it, they can't say shit about it. It won't fit on your ball. They can't change your perspective now. It's too late in the game, man. It's the fourth quarter. They're all in, man. They're all in on your stupidity, our ignorance. So as soon as we say we're not on the ball, there's this counter reaction, this triggered reaction. But all we really got to say is, man, why are you taking away the Earth projections? I mean, why in 2017 did we have 9 Earth projections? Nullschool.net. And suddenly we only got 8. Where's the AE? Where's the aquadescent? You know what I'm saying? A muzzle aquadescent. You know what I'm saying? you try. Where's the AE, man? Flat Earth projection, man. All right? Where we can see the water not being chaotic like this. So before you say we crazy, I want you to see that they're covering their tracks and they're removing these projections live in full effect. And unless we had the drop in 2017, how will we know? Who's paid attention to this website over a course of 3 years? Who's paid attention to know that there's a missing AE that shows the flow counterclockwise, clockwise? So don't tell us we crazy when they are ripping away map projections that you wouldn't even ask about unless you was in the flow to begin with. I'm just saying, man. I like that one right there, man. That's from Lee Nix, man. I like this one right here, man. This is what we're talking about. So they can't fit the land extent. They can't fit it. It just won't fit in the popular globe Earth symbol. We're just talking images. It cannot be shown on the globe. It is beyond the bounds of that symbol, image. Necromancy, that theory, man. Remember, gravity's a theory. not a law. It's just a theory. This symbol that you swear by is just a theory. And without the theory of gravity, it doesn't exist to begin with. Because you need gravity to keep all that water on your ball in a vacuum of space, man. You need gravity to keep the water curving on a ball in a vacuum. But you can't show us one experiment of water curving into a ball in a vacuum. Or there's a sun, right? We got a sun, but the sun's in a vacuum. I've never seen fire in a vacuum. Can you show me that experiment? Can you just show me experiment of water curving in a ball with some element of gravity keeping it? Come on, man. Tons of water, no experimentation. They're lying, man. It's just a lying ass theory. But it can be visualized by simply adding another globe symbol on top of the South Pole. The United States and other governments now have land bases on land which cannot be shown by the globe symbol of 1543. Got to get out of the mind of a hijack. Copernicus, right? 1543. That land beyond the South Pole was seen through extrasensory perception before human eyes had beheld it and before any mind had deduced its existence and its reality belated established the inadequacy of the 400-year-old conjecture of Earth ends and the Earth's relation to the universe about us. The difficulty of average concept to grasp the fact of such physical continuity of the terrestrial with the celestial has resulted from the fixation that the classroom sphere in your classroom, right? You see your sphere ball globe depicting the earth is a proved entity of the universe. Is it proved? Because this is the difficulty of average concept to grasp the fact of such physical continuity, meaning that there's physical land continuously beyond the poles of the terrestrial with the celestial has resulted from the fixation, has resulted from the hypnotization of this classroom sphere ball globe depicting the earth. And they say it's a proved entity. Such was never the case. It was only a symbol of an unproved theory. It's just a symbol. This round ball with water stuck to it in a vacuum is just a symbol. Crucifixion, JC, Jesus is just a symbol. And that's why they had Black Christ, right? Because that was just a symbol of our suffering and crucifixion. And they had to relate to us on the deepest level of inception. And the same thing goes with their sphere idol. This is an idol. Their, JC on the cross is an idol. Wood and stone. No images means no images. So when they give you an image of your world, remember, no images means no images. Nothing above, nothing below. Side to side. Don't let these people get a hold of images, because all they're going to do is pump images depicting the earth as a proved entity, but such was never the case. It's only a symbol of an unproved theory. Remember that poem? And now it's a solid fact. Now they want to paint a picture of it being a solid fact. Love to Ahchwa Renana, who dropped this to remind the Naga about these missing diary drops. And we might have, kind of, skated through some of these, man. I think last time we touched on a few. I want to go back into it a little bit, give Flute a couple more times, man. Where y'all want to go this time, man? Y'all want to go to Wandering Aloud? Let's flow with it. Again, check out worldflutes.org. Major flute slappage. Free music downloads, man. Beautiful thing. And we put them in 432 hertz. Pull up truthseeker.co.uk. It's a little small, so I'll read it nice and loud for you. Don't even trip. We're going to pick it up in this diary. Let's pick it up right when his system started to fail. This is supposed to be Admiral Byrd's diary in the 20s, man. And he's flying across the ice, and let's see what he got to say. All right, he does a radio check at 08:15 hours. All right. Turbulence encountered again at 8:30. Then you got 9:10. Fast ice stove below. Note coloration of yellow nature. Disperse. A linear pattern. Altering course for a better examination of the color pattern. So this is when he starts to alter his course to go lower. All right. Note reddish and purple color also. So he's seeing all these colors beyond the ice. All right. Circle this area 2 full turns and return to assigned compass heading. Position check made again to base camp and relay information concerning the colorations and the ice and snow below. So what kind of ice is going to be red and purple, man? All right. 09:10 hours. Both magnetic and gyro compasses began to gyrate and wobble. Uh-oh. We are unable to hold our heading by instrumentation. Some type of magnetic situation going on. Take bearing with sun compass, yet all seems well. The controls are seemingly slow to respond, have sluggish quality, but there is no indication of icing. 9:15 hour. In the distance is what appears to be mountains. 9:49. 29 minutes elapsed flight time from the first sighting of the mountains. It is no illusion. They are mountains consisting of a small range that I have never seen. So you're supposed to be seeing nothing but ice. You're flying over the South Pole, right? You're supposed to, circle back, somehow on your globe illusion of a sphere, right? But instead you find more land. Instead of circling into the same land, you find more land that you can't fit on your sphere. The ice is red and purple and shit. Then you find a whole new mountain range. He didn't say nothing about no ice, right? That means there's more land if you find more mountains, but let's go. Consisting of a small range I've never seen before, which means he's not circling back on his ball. He's going straight. 9:55, altitude change to 2950 feet, encountering strong turbulence again. All right. So we're at the 1,000 hour mark, or 10 hour mark. We are crossing over a small mountain range and still proceeding northward as best as can be ascertained. Beyond the mountain range is what appears to be a valley with a small river or stream running through the center portion. I thought it was just saying more Antarctic ice. But instead he sees a mountain range with a valley with some small river. You got some moving water or stream running through the center portion. There should be no green valley below. He sees a green valley below. Something is definitely wrong and abnormal here. We should be over ice and snow. To the port side are great forests growing on the mountain slopes. Our navigation instruments are still spinning. The gyroscope is oscillating back and forth. Wow. So that's when they go into the inner earth, hollow earth theory and say, oh, he was pulled into the inner earth. Instead, imagine him being pulled into another earth pond, another world beyond the pole. Not that there's not inner earth, not that there's not levels to the earth realm, the earth plane. But did Admiral Byrd go into the earth? Or did he go into another earth pond, man? Did he go into another earth pond? Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, we got that Admiral Byrd interview again over there. Yeah. I'm just digging on these maps again, and I remember he put a map up. I put a map up, man, years ago, man. And no, we just saw this thing. Hyborian. Yeah, it might have been this video, another one, man. I mean, we've been belly flopping, man. But it was the one that had Admiral Byrd's land. Man, I wanted to pop up like this. Flat Earth map. Admiral Byrd land. It also had the Iron Mountain situation as well. Let's see if that map still is out here somewhere. Because they are on a prowl, man. Trying to get all the drop, scooping it up left and right. Oh, man, that's an interesting little depiction right there. What's that? Got a counterclockwise, clockwise situation. Back to the water. Whenever you see this hollow earth situation, just think about another crater. Yeah, I don't know, man, if this map is still out here. But it had Admiral Byrd land, and it had, it's, just go back in them flat drops, and it's going to be in one of them. We just saw it. We just saw it. Atlas of the World of War. All right, let's get some more. All right, so he sees a green valley. He says there should be no green valley below. Then you start seeing great forest at 10:05 hours. I alter altitude to 1,400 feet and execute a sharp left turn to begin examining the valley below. It is green with either moss or a type of tight-knit grass. The light here seems different. I cannot see the sun anymore. So we got a different light source. A different light. He can tell the difference in light source. We make another left turn and we spot what seems to be a large animal of stone of some kind below us. A large animal of stone. All right, so there's people here, right? It appears to be an elephant. No, it looks like a mammoth. This is incredible, yet there it is. A big old mammoth of stone. Decrease altitude to 1,000 feet and take binoculars to better examine the animal. It is confirmed it is definitely a mammoth-like animal. Report this to the base camp. 10:30 hours, encountering more rolling green hills now. The external temperature indicator reads 74 degrees, so it's a nice, beautiful 74-degree day. Continuing on our heading north. Navigation instruments seem normal now. I am puzzled over their actions. Attempt to contact base camp. Radio is not functioning. So they can navigate now that they're within this vortex, but they cannot radio out, right? Countryside below is more level and normal. Ahead we spot what seems to be a city. This is impossible. Aircraft seems light and oddly buoyant. The controls refuse to respond. My God. Off our port and starboard wings are a strange type of aircraft. They are closing rapidly alongside. They are disc-shaped and have a radiant quality to them. They are close enough now to see the markings on them. It is a type of swastika. A type of swastika. This is fantastic. What? Where are we? What has happened? I tug at the controls again. They are not responding. We are caught in an invisible vice grip of some type. Our radio crackles and a voice comes through in English with what perhaps is a slight Nordic or Germanic accent. So German and swastikas. Does this have anything to do with the Iron Republic situation? Man, I can't believe there's no maps on this, man. Maybe I just gotta say it a different way. Let's see. Oh, that's what I didn't say. Iron Republic. I said Iron Mountain. Iron Republic. Flat Earth. Worlds. Lands beyond poles. Map. All right. All I had to do was switch to Republic from Mountain. Gotcha. Oh, come on, man. I just want the map, man. Where you gonna bring me? Oh, man. You brought me to Jesse Johnson, man. Love the Jesse Johnson. Man, let me see if he's... I just want to see this map drop. Things we do to get the drop around here. Hey, hop to Jesse Johnson, man. I haven't watched this video before, so I'll definitely gotta dig on it, man. But let's dig on this map, man. All right, so you got Middle Earth, just like the Japanese map, more worlds. Now, would there be another ring here? And are there more worlds and another ring? And then after that, is there some type of void? cosmic egg. Now here he has a map where Admiral Byrd landed. And here is this Iron Republic situation. Now, they're not that far away from each other. So it appears to be pretty much all happening right here in this whole South Pole situation, south of South America. And they're seeing swastikas and German accents. So, then they try to describe these as white people, right? So, all right, if that's the case, are we just talking about, where the Nazis went, where Hitler went? You know what I'm saying? Did Hitler go set up another camp, not in Antarctica, but in another world beyond the pole? And did they run right into, some old Nazi situation with German accents or whatever the case they say? I'll make sure I keep that though, and definitely will probably come back to this and dig on it another time. You know what I mean? Right now, we just want to dig on this diary. So this voice came and started speaking to him with his German accent. Welcome, Admiral, to our domain. We shall land you in exactly 7 minutes. Relax, Admiral. You're in good hands. I note the engines of our plane have stopped running. The aircraft is under some strange control and is now turning itself. The controls are useless. Another radio message received. We begin the landing process, and in a moment, the plane shudders slightly and begins a descent as though caught in some great unseen elevator. The downward motion is negligible, and we touch down with only a slight jolt. I am making a hasty last entry in the flight log. Several men are approaching on foot towards the craft. They are tall with blonde hair. Okay. Now, either this is a stone cold lie that you found more Nagas like the Black Panther, right? More super Nagas. Or you found some of Hitler's people, you know what I mean? Maybe, In the distance, again, if you're just talking about more worlds beyond the pole, where did Hitler go? Where did Hitler go? Where did he set up shop at, man? Did Admiral Byrd get his own land? Beyond the pole, on the other side of the South Pole. That is what he said, right? That is what he said. Let's try this, balance our chi out, man. Let's go. Remember, we're just talking about land that continues. The United States and other governments now have land bases on land which cannot be shown by the globe. So, is this what the Germans set up? More land bases. And now we're over here. Look, the Germans set it up, right? More land bases. More land bases. So this is pretty much the same map as that. Right? Except they got the ring around it, the second polar ring. And dude, my man Martin Kenny was breaking that down, and he had the third ring too. $1,000 dislikes, man. Yeah, man. There's a lot we got to pay attention to. I'm just belly flopping in it, but definitely go back and get much, much more of this drop. So this ring would be all those other lands. All these lands might be able to fit in that, second ring. Then there might be another ring. Right, another ring with more land. Then, according to Martin Kenny or Santos, then there's the void, or then there's the end of this particular universe or cosmic egg. Interesting, man. Interesting. All right. All right. I want to hear that fractal dance on them, man. Let's dance on them for the dismount. So Admiral Byrd, now he gets sucked into this situation, and now he's having conversations. From this point on, I write all the following events here from memory. It defies the imagination. It would seem all but madness if it had not happened. The radio man and I are taken into the aircraft, and we are received in the most cordial manner. We were then boarded on a small platform-like conveyance with no wheels. It moves up towards the glowing city with great swiftness. So go watch Black Panther. Yeah. You will see this beautiful glowing city as they enter through this mountain. Now, did they just, go to more land beyond the pole? Did it go through a vortex to get to more land beyond the pole? I mean, it's a lot of dropping here, man, that you can catch up to, man. And, then I guess he was debriefed in 1947. I have just attended a staff meeting at the Pentagon. I have stated fully my discovery and the message from the master. From the master? He's talking about the dweller. Maybe he ended up in Thoth, the moving island, right? Maybe he ended his ass up over there with Mercury and them. and Thoth told him, like, look, man, you gotta stop jamming people up with these nuclear missiles. Maybe he just ended up over here. Remember, it's just south, right? South of the South Pole, or south of South America. So what's south of South America here? Thoth the moving island, man. Thoth the moving island. What would that be considered over here? Admiral Byrd land. Uh-oh. And then when you read the Iron Republic, Barrington land, there's some more, colonizers over here. Huh? They've been setting up shop, y'all. They've been setting up shop. They've been setting up shop beyond the poles. They've been setting up shop beyond the poles. Thought the moving island, Admiral Byrd land. Thought the moving island, Admiral Byrd land. Think about it. I got my creepy flutes playing for this part, man. We got the creepy flutes playing. Thought the moving island is Admiral Byrd land. Just look at the position of South America and Thoth the moving island. Just look at the position of South America and Admiral Byrd land. Either this piece or this piece. Damn near the same thing, man. Damn near the same thing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So on this orientation, it would be right around here. Admiral Byrd land, Thoth the moving island. One of these, right? Over here would be where the Iron Republic is. supposedly another group of hijacks, and who knows how many more lands they hijacked. So with the Antarctic Treaty, they pretty much said everybody's going to get a piece of land. Don't even trip. So they all probably got their pieces. The elites, right, of all these so-called countries and governments in Middle Earth, all got their resources. So they're not really fighting each other. All this Iran and Trump business and, whatsoever and whosoever they got to sacrifice to, spark it up, spark up their chaos. Because out of their chaos comes their order. They got to spark up the chaos. So I don't get caught in the wave of Iran and Trump and politics. And I know they're going to spark the chaos up and all this, hands up, don't shoot and all this protesting, but then nobody's protesting. You know what I mean? It's just weird, man. Black Lives Matter, but where are they now? You know what I'm saying? Just weird, man. Just weird, man. Yeah, man. Thought the moving on. Okay. All right. Gotcha. Yeah, man. So you dig on the, a little more on the diary because it gets good. You know what I mean? They have little dialogues and our interest rightly begins just after your race exploded the first atomic bombs over Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan. By the way, they were bombing the firmament, right? Operation Fishbowl, we got that. Let's go. It was at that alarming time we sent our flying machines, the Flute rods, to your surface world, to your surface world, right? Because these might all be surface worlds. To investigate what your race has done, that is, of course, past history now, my dear Admiral, but I must continue on. You see, we have never interfered before in your race's wars and barbarity, but now we must, for you have learned to tamper with a certain power that is not for man, namely that of atomic energy. Oh, that's the power of the gods, right? So yeah, dig on it, and see what their dialogue is. Again, he's kicking it from memory, so I would think when you're under that type of duress, you don't really remember that much in detail like this. So, definitely dodge your own damn hijack. What Admiral Byrd is kicking. But hey, it's not that far off when we know that Admiral Birdland, right? Admiral Birdland is Thoth, the moving island. Can you dig it? Hey, man, I got, we've been surfing the wave like as promised, man. We're going to dig on some Abizayed for the dismount. We'll do a nice little double dismount out the door right here, man. Make sure we got all the other drop on one end. Crater. Okay. Well, love to everybody that's been talking about this fandom, or this gamer situation, this hunter, ex-hunter, something like that. Right. And they have something called the Dark Continent, and a lot of folks was like, hey, man, that Dark Continent looks real familiar, man, from this video game. Dark Continent is a place that stretches from the known world, which is nested inside the gigantic Lake Mobius, located at the center. So this lake, located at the center of the Dark Continent, the ancestors of the human race apparently migrated from there to the known world. So they kind of mimic our history where they say that we started in the center and migrated out, or like you said, Eden is at the center, as the deciphering of myths and the study of ancient ruins seem to testify. The giant chimera ant queen, sound like the dragon, came from there, which is suspected by the magical beast also originated from the Dark Continent. So they're calling it a Dark Continent, a place that stretches from the known world, which is nested inside the giant lake. All right. Okay. But yeah, when you look at it a little closer, you can See that they did something like this, huh? Okay, so this is very interesting right here. And they put a lot of drop, but of course they got their dragons popping off. No dinos, just dragons. Look at all these dragons. Look at all these dragons, man. Yeah, man. All right, cool. Oh yeah, okay. I'll do a double dismount there. So let's get one more flute, and then we'll do a double dismount. What's that fractal dance? Let's go into Congo. You wanna go Congo? See what Congo got. Gary Strauss's. We're in that Abazai, get in the drop library so you can surf the wave. I don't want that Congo. I don't want nobody singing, you know. I just want flutes. It's supposed to be the World Flute Society, man. Eagle takes flight, man. It should be called the Dragon Takes Flight, man. Let's go. All right. Abazai. Remember, get it out the drop library. All right. Scroll down, you don't gotta get too far. Just a couple scrolls. And our vision is that, we'll do a nice little search situation to where you can just say, put the document in and see if we got it. If not, you can drop it in, straight into our Google Drive up top where it says share your drop. But yeah, just scroll down a little bit and you're going to run right into it. The Enlightenment of the World by John Abazai. Let's go. Man, what they do to my flutes, man. Come on, man. Stop the play. The eagles taking flight. Nah, man. The dragoons are taking flight. Kwam, Israel. Let's get this dismount. The Enlightenment of the World by John G. Abazai. This book has, in my opinion, good proofs to show that the earth is flat and always remains stationary, while the sun, moon, and stars are always in motion. It contains some testimonials on the subject. Let's belly flop. Let's get it from here. The land is solid and all in one piece, joined together under the earth, all over the earth. The land cannot be round and in motion as they claim in geographies, but flat and stationary because the water is liquid and level, and it proves that the land is flat and not moving. Another proof which shows that the earth is standing still and not moving is to be found in the wind, which they call the atmosphere. You're just talking about the earth wind. If the earth is turning around daily, it will give wind from one direction only. Wow. If you see a train running, you will find out that it is giving wind in one direction, but it stops. When it stops, the wind stops with it. Nobody ever felt the wind blowing at the same rate daily, but they will feel the wind blowing at times very hard and at other times very gently, and often from different directions, and sometimes there is very little wind. This is good proof to show that the earth is stationary. If the earth was in motion in one direction, it would make the wind pressure in the same direction always. You will find my proofs right if you will only pause and think them over. This is another proof to show that the earth is not moving. If, when you go up in a balloon or airship, starting from a certain place and going as high as you can, and when you come down, find that the place gone from under you, then you may believe that the earth has moved. But if you find yourself in the same damn place, or not so very far away from your starting point, then it is plain that the earth is stationary and not moving at all. If you just go straight up and hover, man, because if your earth is spinning at 1100 miles per hour, east to west, right? And you telling me that you can hover up in the high up in the air like those balloon stratosphere experiments and come straight down, and that earth has not revolved, has not done any, revolutions, has not spun at all? Oh no, drop, because you're part of the atmosphere, and when you go up, you're still spinning with it. Yeah, man. That's what they say, so you're still a part of this atmosphere, stratosphere, everything's spinning. Man. No problem, right? Airplane, commercial airplane just flying and the stratosphere is just spinning away. Atmosphere is just spinning away. Let's go. I mean, with sense that should be common, you should be able to see clearly that you're not moving at all. You're firm, fixed, and immovable. Firm, fixed, and immovable. What it is, man? You are firm, fixed, and immovable. Wow. Because Hawa said so. Because Hawa said so. Go. Oh, man, let's play again, man. Let me reboot this. I'm gonna let that load up while we go, man. Let's go. We on a warpath, man. Price is going up. We ain't got time for these jokers, man. Let's get it. Now, for real, man. Why they on that play? Why they on that play? Shit don't make no sense. You are not moving at all, and this is what really happens. If moreover the earth is turning around and the birds or airships are flying the same way, they will find themselves over the same place they were before. If they fly in the opposite direction of the turning of the earth, they will find themselves flying very fast or always over different places. If you think this over, you will find these proofs correct. And we said this a long time ago. How can a plane flying from New York to LA, right? If it's going from east to west, if the earth is spinning from east to west, you're going from east to west. Then a plane flying west to east from LA to New York will have to go against the spin of the earth going from east to west. Now you're going west to east. Now, if the Earth is spinning at 1,100 miles per hour and your airplane's topping off at 500 miles per hour, maybe 3 or 4, most likely. Get some water, man. Been talking for 3 hours, man. I'm done. I'm out of here, baby. Nah, man, but logically, how do you get to New York City if you're going from east to west, or you're going west to east against the spin of the Earth going from east to west at 1,100 miles per hour? How does your 500 mile per hour plane make up for that 1,100 miles per hour against you? Vice versa, if you're going from New York to LA, wouldn't you get there in supersonic speed because you're going with the flow? You're going with the spin of the Earth from east to west. Now you're flying from east to west, New York to LA. You're going with the flow, and you're going in a 500 miles per hour topping off commercial airplane. So add that 500 miles per hour on top of the 1,100 miles per hour spin. That's 1,600 miles per hour. You should be able to get to LA super duper fast, my nugget. From New York to LA, going with the spin. Going against it, you should never reach New York against the spin like that. You know, if you're flying against it. Now, if you're saying it's all spinning drop, you know, it just doesn't matter because it's all like, that's just belief. You know what I mean? You got no proof that it doesn't matter. You got no experimentation that it doesn't matter. It's just, I believe it doesn't because I don't feel nothing. I don't feel nothing. Yeah, man, it's all about feeling, man. Let's check this link out, man. See if it, oh, man, don't tell me they took down another link. Another link? It took down the Flat Earth Bible link? Y'all see what I'm saying? We just used this link. We've been using the Flat Earth Bible for how long? It got so much drop on Enoch and all that. Suddenly, man, I hope I'm tripping, man. I hope I'm tripping, man. Wow. They took down the Flat Earth Bible link, man. Wow, man. I mean, damn, they got a tear coming out my eye, man. Damn, they got a tear coming out my eye, man. Maybe there's another one, man. That's the one we've been using, though. Unbelievable, man. All right, so this is actually one of the original ones. So the other one's gone. Hey, man, y'all better print this stuff out. Y'all better print this stuff out because they are taking down these links. You remember these scripts, man? He has fixed the earth firm, immovable. 1 Chronicles 16, Psalms 93, thou hast fixed the earth immovable firm. How do you get a spinning ball out of that? He has fixed the earth firm and movable. Psalms 96:10, Psalms 104:5. Thou didst fix the earth on its foundation, so it cannot be shaken. Nah, drop, but you're in the spin. But then you're saying the Creator's a liar who made the earth and fashioned it and himself fixed it fast. Yeah, man, y'all better get the drop on this, and we will most likely come back with another continuation of this flat drop, this revived flat drop series, man. Love to Sister Sonia for sparking this brand new flat drop series. She said, I hope this is drop. I said, sister, this is definitely drop. Are we looking at another world beyond the pole, man? I mean, one of many, right? One of many, many more. And where's Thoth the moving island? We're just talking land, which means we're just talking Abazai. Abazai. Let's get it. If, moreover, the earth is turning around and the birds or the airships are flying the same way, they would find themselves over the same place as before. If they fly in the opposite direction of the turning of the earth, they find themselves flying very fast and always over different places. If you think this over, you find these proofs correct. After all, the earth cannot be round because most of it is water, and water cannot be anything but level, as I have given proofs in chapter 1. Take a pan of water, turn it upside down, and I'm sure the water will fall out. Also, if the earth turns around, the water of the ocean will destroy a great many cities. Hashtag facts. Towns and countries, but the earth cannot be turning or in motion. If it is turning, we should know it immediately because we have, just think about it. You got all that water and it's supposed to be spinning and we're not being disrupted. The water is not being disturbed. You have perfectly still, calm water because of gravity. Come on, man. All that spinning, it should be going way up, with the water all the time. How do we have perfectly still water when the earth is spinning at 1100 miles per hour? Suppose you're riding a train or a boat or car, you would know that you were on something that is shaking. When the train or car goes uphill or downhill, you can easily tell, even with your eyes closed, whether it is going up or down. You feel it, man. You can feel movement. You feel the motion. It is the same way with Earth. If the Earth is turning around or it is in motion, we would know it for many different things, as I said before. They say that there is gravity in the Earth which holds everything on it when it turns around. They give these proofs to the people and children in school, and most of them believe such foolish things as that. Their proofs do not amount to anything, but it is all guesswork because nobody ever felt it or saw it. I was surprised to know that some people believe in things that were never seen or felt, but the things they can see and feel, they pay no attention to. They say if you drop anything, it will fall down to the ground. They only think the law of gravitation takes it down. Uh-oh. Oh, I am sorry for them. They ought to know better than that. Let's get it big. They ought to know that heavy things and all things that have no power, like dead bodies, will go down themselves. But some things have power, like a bird, or light things like smoke and so forth, and they will go up in any way they can. If there are a law of gravity, or there was a law of gravity, it will bring them down also. Yeah, man. Your smoke don't get to go up. No. Not with this super invisible force of gravity that holds all these trillions of tons of water stuck to a ball in a vacuum, and your smoke just goes up. But in the law of physics, it's density, not gravity. Density, if it's denser than the atmosphere, the smoke is not denser than the so-called atmosphere, right? So therefore it doesn't go down. It's just the law of physics, not the theory of gravity. The law of physics against the theory of gravity is the question, because they're trying to replace density with gravity. They try to replace all types of supernovas, the real with the excellent Newton. Most of the people know up from down and ought not to believe this foolish thing. I feel sorry that the children are taught about gravity and the earth is round and traveling around the sun, and also that the sun is larger than the earth. There is no gravity at all. Didn't Giannini just break down, very similar things? So this is Abazai, and this is in the 1800s. For it is there. For if there was, a person could not move a step. And if a bird was on the ground, it could not fly in the air again, because the gravity will hold it back. If there is gravity, it is not everywhere and cannot hold everything, such as gas, balloons, airship, etc. I mean, yeah, you just got a regular plane launching off, but there's gravity. Oh, but it has the rockets and all that. But what about the rockets in space with no atmosphere? I didn't know rockets could work that way. But NASA has their linear plans for their linear flight, right? All right, go get that drop. Here is another proof to show you that the Earth is flat and stationary. Let go for the dismount. If the Earth is round and in motion, as they claim, we should know. For when it turns around, at times we should find our head and feet and the world above us, as though a person were standing on the ceiling with his head towards or downwards and his feet up. If we were held fast to the earth by gravity or tied by ropes, we should feel it and know which way the earth is turning with us. But there is no such thing as gravity, because no one ever felt it. You must not think that you are an intelligent being because you know a great many things. I'm sure that no person knows everything in the world. You ought not to believe everything that people say, that the earth is round and in motion, and that the sun is stationary and larger than the earth, etc., until you have examined the facts. Until you have examined the facts and found out the truth. You surf the wave, you empty a cup. I think I have given you enough proofs to change your mind about the earth being round and in motion. You will find in chapter 3 proofs about the sun going around in a circle above the earth. Oh, yeah. That'd be a great place to pick up next time. Hey, we're reading Worlds Beyond the Poles. We're reading, The Enlightenment of the World by John Abazai in 1912. So I said 1800s, damn near, man. 1912, man. And the Worlds Beyond the Poles, that's in the 20s. So this is in the 10s, and the other one's in the 20s. And you see all this enlightenment popping off, all this exploration, all this science popping off. But now when you say anything about flat and stationary, they look at you like you crazy, even though, hold on, man, even though the Creator clearly makes it clear that you are in a stationary plane. He has fixed the earth firm, immovable, has fixed the earth immovable, firm, fixed the earth firm, immovable, fixed the earth on his foundation so it can't be shaken, who made the earth and fashioned it, and himself fixed it. Suffice to say that the earth envisioned by so-called flat earthers is as immovable as any geocentrist could desire. Most, perhaps all scriptures commonly cited by geocentrists have also been cited by flat earthers. The flat earth view is geocentricity with further restrictions. And that's a great place, man. Geocentricity, versus flat earth perspective, and how those things differ, you know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot of perspective to dig on when we talk about the melanated true earth plane. And I can't do flat drop without giving a hop to that beautiful group, Love to Silence Nehemiah, on Facebook, the melanated true earth plane, man. And go get all these drops. Giannini, Amadio, Worlds Beyond the Pole, all in the drop library. We're just surfing the wave, man. We dug on some of this Richard Byrd diary. You did. You can get that whole drop if you want to. Barnes and Noble's got that drop for a few beans, a few scruples. It's all good. It's all happening. We dug on this crater situation. Realizing and reconning, these moon craters, they got us looking at this moon differently. And some fam got the theory that the moon is just a reflection of more worlds. and that they're just using this crater as code word for more worlds because they're doing it right in our face bone. The New York Times is doing it right in our face bone, calling this an artist impression. An impression, man. Hold up, man. Hold up, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Impression, man. Come on, man. This is an artist impression. Or is it the drop? Is it the drop? Huh? Artist impression? Or is it the drop? You decide. Artist impression. Look at all this fluty stuff. Look at all this fluty stuff. Look at all this land beyond the pole. Is it the drop on another world beyond the pole? Great place to do a dismount, man, right here. Told you we'd do a double dismount. When we started a piece of this, let's belly flop with this Dorja Daka. Love the Dorja Daka. You know, we're just talking other worlds, man. Surf the wave.
Contemplation to fully understand. And it's only conjecture for making a point that's not yet been made. But these
Lego
crazy levels of antipathy just don't fully work in an enclosed system. Let's digress again and look at the money. Let's follow the missing money.
Go.
Banks are basically thieves. The bigger the bank, the more theft. We also had missing gold during the 9/11 hoax. Depending on your source, the amount was somewhere between $500 million and even $100 billion. And do you remember some years ago the Pentagon's missing trillions? This $6 trillion was very well reported. There was also the missing $2.3 trillion.
How can we seriously consider a $50 billion increase in the defense budget when DOD's own auditors say the department cannot account for $2.3 trillion in transactions in 1 year alone?
I doubt, to be honest, that people inside the department are going to be capable of sorting this out. I have a feeling it's going to take some folks from outside to come in and
trillions of dollars missing. To do what? Discover more lands beyond the pole.
And look at this and put in place a process that over a period, and I regret to say, but I've seen how long things take. I think it's going to take a period of years to sort it out. I think it'll probably take the cooperation of the Congress to try to get the system so that you can actually manage the financial aspects of that institution rather than simply report on things that have happened.
It's a terrible record, and it's preposterous that the Defense Department doesn't know what's happened to this money.
There was also the missing $9 trillion.
Well, I have a copy of the Inspector General Act here in front of me, and it says, among other things, that it's your responsibility to conduct and supervise audits and investigations relating to the programs and operations of your agency.
That's correct.
So I'm asking you if your agency has, in fact, according to Bloomberg, extended $9 trillion in credit, which, by the way, works out to $30,000 for every single man, woman, and child in this country. I'd like to know, if you're not responsible for investigating that, who is?
We have responsibility for the Federal Reserve's programs and operations, audits, to conduct audits and investigations in that area. In terms of who's responsible for investigating, would you mind repeating the question one more time?
What have you done to investigate the off-balance sheet transactions conducted by the Federal Reserve, which, according to Bloomberg, now total $9 trillion in the last 8 months?
Not a damn
I'll
thing.
have to look specifically at that Bloomberg article. I'm not, I don't know if I have actually seen that particular one.
That's not the point. The question is, have you done any investigation or auditing of off-balance sheet transactions conducted by the Federal Reserve?
At this point, we're conducting our lending facility project at a fairly high level and have not gotten to a specific level of detail to really be in a position to respond. to your question.
My time is up, but I have to tell you honestly, I am shocked to find out that nobody at the Federal Reserve, including the Inspector General, is keeping track of this.
Yeah, so they just lost 9 trillion. Oh, it's down the back of the sofa. Then we have the old Federal Reserve chief not knowing where large lumps of money went.
That helps bring down interest rates in the global market for dollars. And meanwhile, we're not lending to those banks, we're lending to the central bank. The central bank is responsible for repaying us.
So who got the money?
To financial institutions in Europe and other countries.
Which ones?
I don't know.
$500 billion and you don't know who got the money?
Since Obama got in with his Wall Street mates, there was a tight lid put on the Fed and the Pentagon, so nobody knows how much has gone missing in recent years, but I'm pretty sure the trillions are being siphoned away from honest human beings. NASA have a budget of $19.5 billion a year, so let's say only about 50 million is spent on Photoshop, Facebook, YouTube, actors, and fake launches. So that leaves, well, $19.45 billion, pretty much all of it. And this recent footage from SpaceX could only have cost about $5,000 or so, as they didn't even film the landing. Just check this out and look at the levels of mind control that are going on.
It looks like we may not have a continuous video feed from the drone ship right now. Like we said, this is expected. We don't currently have direct line of sight with that drone ship. We only have a satellite link, and as it gets down kind of close, those engine, that Merlin engine can vibrate this.
They got no live feed, man. We're just asking for a live feed of the Earth spinning. We said, man, you got all these satellites, just show us the Earth spin, man, one time, man. They can't even give you a live feed of the rocket, but they got all these actors to start applauding and celebrating some return of some rocket. All that money gone missing, where do you think it's going? Sky's the limit, and the limit's the sky.
Sometimes we get this video. So just stay put here. We're going to let you know.
And then they just cut to this, man. They just cut to this, man. You didn't even see it land. They just cut to it, man.
For real. Yep, there it is. Zero Hedge said the collective humans and countries are 217 trillion in debt, so I wouldn't get too concerned when the criminal credit card dudes get funky over a few grand. Just want to point out here that 1 billion is 1,000 million, and that 1 trillion is 1,000 billion. This is a serious amount of money. Okay, so let's say the elite have 10 or so trillion stashed. A 500-person elite can only buy so many houses, boats, jets, cars, and whores. That would only come to a few 100 billion or so. Let's say a few more 100 billion are going on nano projects, chemtrail projects, and Antarctica projects. That still doesn't even cover 1 trillion. So where is this money going? You only need a few billion to look after your offspring, family, and legacy for generations. So you can't actually spend those trillions here. It's not possible. So what is happening to it? You couldn't spend it all at the icefall either. These big clues of maps, antipathy, and missing trillions lend much support to there being other lands. Trillions can only be spent on one of a few things: colonizing other lands, building on other lands, projects on other lands, or it's being harvested by other lands. In that, I mean turning your energy from your work into items and projects that you will never see, far, far away, to a different elite, Sounds pretty crazy, huh? And so does a spinning ball in a vacuum. Let's wildly digress again and point out that in our known realm there is a massive restriction of movement. And it's happened so slowly over time that most people don't really think about it or contemplate it. Passports are hard to get for many people, and virtually impossible to get for hundreds of millions of people in, say, Cuba, India, Guatemala. They can also be expensive, and they now even contain RFID tracking microchips. Most nations need temporary visas to visit, requiring much strict paperwork in the application phase. And some nations now demand electronic permits. The new toxic body scanners at airports abuse privacy and also create fungus in the body due to the body scanner's radiation. So why do you think the collective consciousness is being put into a state of movement restriction? Well, if there are other hidden lands, and if it's hard to move about, and travel is insanely regulated and controlled, it's much less likely people will be exploring where they shouldn't. Recent movies lend themselves to other lands too, such as Maze Runner, Maona, and Room. So maybe there are many other lands and realms, and this is just one of them. If so, each is likely to have its own sun, or a reflection stroke prism output from a single sun we all share. In a way we can't yet comprehend, but in a way where the sun is individualized for each observer. And maybe other lands help to explain the anti-crepuscular rays that on rare occasions can be seen opposite the setting sun. I saw my first anti-crepuscular ray recently, and I was freaking out. Maybe the scores of YouTube channels all screaming it's the Jews, it's the Jesuits, it's the Masons, are each only partly correct. Maybe it's some other group on another land. If we are just on land C22, on a plane of many lands, it makes it easier to just experiment with it, easier to harvest it. Chemtrails are a massive black project. It must cost them a few billion. What if they are actually blocking the sun to stop the ice melting, to stop us knowing about other lands? Our realm is cyclic, so maybe the sun slowly gets cooler, creating an ice age, and then slowly gets hotter, melting the ice wall, melting the ice that covers land in the north. For me, these falls in the south are not cartoons or CGI. I don't believe in the UN's version of global warming. So what is going on? Why the old maps? Why the insane levels of antipathy? Why missing trillions of dollars? Why the restriction of movement? Why the chemtrails blocking the sun? Why strangeness in the southern ice area? Maybe, just maybe, other lands answers these relevant questions.
We're just surfing the wave, man. Love to wakey, man. Doors your doctor, man. And, love to Ahchwa Sonia. We're just talking about more worlds beyond a pole, man. Ahchwa. Hey, who knows, man, where the wind will blow. Clockwise or counterclockwise, which way is up? It's only straight ahead. Allahu Akbar.